What's up, guys? Game Nut here, and welcome back to some more Madden 17 Ultimate Team. As promised for you guys, we are going to continue the defensive upgrades in this episode, starting with that defensive line. And we're also going to go ahead and play in the conference championship game, one away from the Super Bowl. But we have not given much attention to this defensive line in a pretty long time. So we have to get ourselves 4 new starters because that defensive line has been completely wiped. Now, before we get into those upgrades, start things off, I know you see on the right hand side Team Hero Pack times 32. So basically, the way that I got this, to pretty much sum it up as quick as I can, you guys know they had a man of the month, Tom Brady. They said he was going to be the last man of the month. They lied when they brought in that new Patrick Peterson. So like me, along with everybody else, we just threw our collectibles into the closest set that we could complete. Now, they said if you contact EA support, you can get your collectibles back because they did kind of screw up on that. So that's exactly what I did. Now, from our Team of the Year defensive solo pack, we ended up getting ourselves 93 overall Fletcher Cox. Now, I know what you're all thinking. I shouldn't be too excited because this definitely isn't one of the best Team of the Year players. But the funny thing is, you guys know how we're upgrading our defensive line in this episode. Fletcher Cox is a defensive tackle, and I was actually going to bring in Fletcher Cox to my team no matter who I got out of that pack because that's the new upgrade I wanted. So the fact that I didn't have to spend coins on him and I got him out of the Solo Challenge reward pack is pretty crazy. I definitely got super lucky on getting him out of there. Now, next position is going to be our left end. You guys have already seen him at this point. We are picking up another defensive player from Team of the Year, left end Cameron Wake. You guys see his stats: 84 speed, 88 excel, 83 block shed, 94 power move. This guy looks pretty beastly. Now, his chemistry is he has jumped the snap, so basically it's kind of self-explanatory. Basically, when you're using him on the defensive line, as soon as the ball is snapped, like, you're going to get a good jump on it every single time. Like I said, it kind of says it in its own name. But then he also has edge blitzer times 2. So final position we need is now our right end, and we're going to be completing a set for a flashback player. And this guy is actually a fairly new flashback. Robert Quinn, 92 overall, 84 speed, 87 excel, 87 tackle, 89 block shed and play recognition, 92 power move. Another beastly defensive end that we're getting to our team. He also has jump the snap and edge blitzer chemistry. Once we plug all of these new players into our defensive line, you guys see every single one of their overalls have been upgraded, and man oh man, this defensive line looks insane. So Fletcher Cox was a 93 overall. He's increased to a 95 now. I know you see Geno Atkins, this base elite at defensive tackle number 2. Now, I know it's not a big upgrade, it's just a base elite, but like the formation I run on defense, my DT number 2 like never comes into the game. So he's literally there just for the IB chemistry to help out with Fletcher Cox. Now, our defensive ends, they have both been increased by 2 overalls. Robert Quinn was a 92, he's now a 94. Cameron Wake was a 93, he's a 95, and that is because of the edge blitzer chemistry is maxed out to tier 2 along with Julius Peppers. Now, the IB chemistry with Fletcher Cox, our defensive tackles, is only at tier 1 right now. I need to get myself a coach to, fully max it out to tier 2, but new defensive line is looking insane. I am super pumped about these new upgrades. Offensive has been the exact same. We have not changed anything over there. I like the way it looks right now as we go into this final game before the Super Bowl.
Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis ready for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a peek at some of the big players in today's game, and you're a big player in today's game as well. Let's get the party started.
Maybe I shouldn't be talking so confident about, like, I'm guaranteeing that we're going to be in the Super Bowl in the next game because we obviously could lose, but I'm just feeling so confident with this team. Like, I think our offense can handle it. I think our new defensive line is going to help us big time. So jumping in this game, you're seeing it's the Miami Dolphins facing the Miami Dolphins. I kind of hate when this happens because things could get slightly confusing. I know the uniforms aren't exactly like, obviously it's like an aqua blue against a white uniform, but like it's the same team. I don't know. It's just a little difficult, but we were quickly brought up to a 4th down. It was 4th and 1. I went with the fake fullback dive to Murray. Thankfully, I was able to pick up that 1st down, man. Like, I shouldn't be risking it when we're like this close to making it to the Super Bowl, because if I wouldn't have picked up that 1st down there, like that could have been game changing. Like, I don't know if I should be going for it on 4th down 2 more often now. Next play, 1st and 10, we have to scramble with Carson Wentz, and I end up throwing a user pick right to my opponent. Man, why do I always choke in these playoff games and make big mistakes? Like, it sucks. Now, in my defense, I really did think I could get that over his head.
Gotcha, bitch!
But we came back out on defense playing angry, and I got the user pick with Alec Ogletree right back on my opponent. So hopefully we don't make any more mistakes in these playoff games, maybe that'll be our last one. We got it out of the way, so now we're not going to make any more mistakes. But it's pretty much like that interception I threw never happened. It's kind of like we're just on a really long offensive drive going right now since we still have the ball and nothing really happened. So it's all good. Like I said, we got our one mistake out of the way. Hopefully it won't happen again. Now, Chris Conley, back out on offense, had a couple of nice catches to get us all the way down to the 2-yard line, which brought up a 4th and goal. And playing in these playoff games, man, like, I don't want to risk it. I don't want to try and go for the touchdown because knowing me, I wouldn't have been able to pick it up. So I settled for my 3 points, took the early lead in this game, and hopefully we can just play some defense now, lock up and get the ball back and keep putting up more points. Now, you see on 1st and 10, he goes with the new playoff edition that he has of LeGarrette Blount. This dude was just hammering all over my defense. You guys will see a little bit later, but 3rd and 7, what horrible user skills that was, man. Like, I honestly thought I was getting better at usering this year, which I definitely think I am, but right there, that was a pathetic job by me. Like, that was horrible. I let up that first down big time. We could have gotten the ball back right there. Now, on 3rd and 6, he motioned a man to the left side of the field, which left Jordy Nelson completely naked in my defense. He found the perfect hole. I got to give him with that. Like, he found the wide open hole in my defense, motioned a man over, and picked up a touchdown out of it. So he did come back and put up a touchdown very quickly on my defense. But hey, he misses the extra point, so he's only up by 3 points. We can tie this thing up with a field goal. Now back out, 1st and 10. And in just one play, Chris Conley comes back out and torches the defense for 75 yards. It took us just one play. It's pretty much the same exact play in the previous drive where he went for about 36 yards. My opponent didn't change his defense, so I read it, went back to the same route, put Chris Conley right between those safeties, and he used his speed to get all the way down there and pick up that easy touchdown. So back out for my opponent now. As I was saying earlier on, he loves this LeGarrette Blount for sure, and there was just nobody on my defense that could seem to put a stop to this guy. I mean, you can see me using Clinton Dix trying to go for a tackle, and, like, he just doesn't go for the tackle. Like, I don't really understand what was happening there, but nobody could stop this dude. LeGarrette Blount was on a mission. He was pounding through everyone on my defense. Look at this. The truck rating on this dude, isn't it like a 96? It definitely shows, and LeGarrette Blount was absolutely obliterating my defense, and the reason he kept going with run plays is because it was working for him, and every time he tried to pass the ball, things like that happened. Robert Quinn just absolutely destroys his offensive line and comes up with a big play. So, thankfully, right before halftime, Robert Quinn got that big-time stop for us, not allowing a touchdown. He only settled for 3 points on offense for my opponent. So, we do still have a lead 10-9. Now, he did start the second half, I should say, with the ball on offense, and he continued to do work with LeGarrette Blount. You can see him just making people miss like it's nothing. Now, you see Jordy Nelson motioning out to the side again. I saw it. Like, I saw that play happening. It was the same thing he did when he got the touchdown on me. I tried getting over there. If only I would have recognized it a little sooner and could have gotten there just a little bit quicker, I might have been able to get the user pick on that. But, like, I was just falling apart on defense. I couldn't find a stop for this tank LeGarrette Blount. I was having a horrible, horrible day usering. Like, I should have been there to cover that. Like, that should have not picked up 25 yards. And then it's just, I couldn't do anything. And I've never, ever seen an offensive line create holes for a running back like this guy did for his LeGarrette Blount. It was actually disgusting. Like, it was ridiculous. So, LeGarrette Blount easily makes his way down the field for my opponent, picks up a touchdown. But Chris Conley was coming right back out. Look at this. He didn't change his defense, so I'm going to keep going back to the same route where Chris Conley is wide open on the side of the field. Now look at this. Another dude who's only having 2 people rushing me puts 9 people in a zone coverage. Like, every single person it seems I go against now loves to do this. They put 9 people in a zone coverage, make it so difficult to find my receivers. However, we were able to playmaker Steve Smith up for a nice 30-yard reception, and on the very next play, DeMarco Murray on the screenplay goes up for a touchdown. We scored in just 3 plays. We are killing it on offense right now. Like, we are scoring in just a few plays, whereas my opponent on offense, he's just pounding the rock with LeGarrette Blount. You can see he already has 22 rushes in this game, and like I said, nobody could stop him. Like, he was just getting amazing blocks. Okay, we have some horrible tackling by me there, but then look at this dude. Look at him trucking and destroying every single one of the players on my defense. And then he was even destroying me in the passing game. Completely left wide open for an easy touchdown. This LeGarrette Blount could not be stopped. I just don't know what it was. Like, I couldn't find an answer for him on defense. Now, back out. He does have a lead now, 23-16. Carson Wentz has all day in the pocket. And look who strikes back. Chris Conley, again, with another deep touchdown. What was that? Another 80-yard bomb. The dude didn't change his defense. He kept leaving that middle of the field open for Chris Conley, and the dude is just too fast. He used his speed. That was one play, one touchdown again, man. Like, what else can I do on offense? Like, I'm destroying this dude right now. I'm scoring within just one play, but on defense, it's a completely different story. I cannot find a stop for this dude. Like, he just finds everybody open. He keeps getting receivers open on third down. That might be because I'm having some pretty awful user skills. But it is about time. Like, I could not believe LeGarrette Blount did not fumble earlier on in this game. He had over 30 carries at that point. He was taking constant hit sticks. So now there's a minute and a half left in the fourth quarter. All we have to do is just get down the field, put up a field goal. Dude, this cannot be real life. Carson Wentz, when it matters most, overthrows our receiver and basically gives that directly to the safety of my opponent and throws this game away. That was our chance to win right there. We had an open Chris Conley, is who I believe that receiver was. Again, that dude was torching my opponent's defense, but Carson Wentz overthrows the route, giving it to my opponent for an interception. Obviously, he took things right back over, was able to put up a field goal, but with no timeouts and about 80 yards to go down the field, we had no choice but to just throw it up deep. Obviously, that goes incomplete, and in the AFC Championship game, we are taking a loss, eliminating us from the playoffs. We lose 26-23. What a rough way that was for us to go out. Carson Wentz completely blew that game for us. There's absolutely no way I'm starting that guy on my team anymore. He is donezo on my team. We have to start completely over. Our hopes of going to the Super Bowl have come to an end. So in the next episode, we are going to be starting a brand new season. Of course, going to be bringing in some brand new players as well. But what a way to go out. We were so close to the Super Bowl, man. That sucks that Carson Wentz had to crumble under pressure right at the very end of the game. That was a sucky way to go out for sure. But hopefully, all of you guys did enjoy. We had a pretty good season with this team. I'm liking the way things have been evolving with our team. We're going to continue these upgrades and just get better. So we will be back in this playoffs for sure. Now, like I said, hopefully all of you guys enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching. I will catch you all in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.